How y'all doing? Happy Wednesday, my world. Happy whenever you'll see this in your world, okay? Bienvenidos a mi canal. Welcome back to my channel. If you know me, thank you so much for coming back to see it, girl. I appreciate you. If you do not recognize this face right here, my bad. My name is Latrice. Nice to meet you. And this right here is Faith by Latrice. Yes. Where faith is a muscle we exercise around here. Now let's get on into it, y'all. No dilly-dallying. Mira. This morning, baby Jesus woke me up before my alarm, in the wee hours of 5-something before the sun came out. Anyway, in my little librito, which is back over there, the scripture was in Habakkuk chapter 3. And I'm going to share with y'all what I read this morning and what I got from it. All right, Habakkuk 3 and 17. Now, mind you, pause. Basically, chapter 3, it starts out by saying this prayer was sung by the prophet Habakkuk, right? So he's a prophet. I think it's a he. He's a prophet, and he goes down the line in this prayer of like some terrible things that have happened and but also how God walked the earth and all of a sudden everything was shaking and trembling and, he exuded power. But at the end, verse 17, even though the fig trees have no blossoms and there are no grapes on the vines, even though the olive crop fails and the fields lie empty and barren, even though the flocks die in the fields and the cattle barns are empty, yet I will rejoice in the Lord. I will be joyful in the God of my salvation. The sovereign Lord is my strength. He makes me as sure-footed as a deer, able to tread upon the heights. Ugh. Now, if you catch what I just read, he starts off verse 17 by saying, even though the fig trees have no blossom. He goes on this list, even though there's nothing blossoming, there's no fruit, there's no animals in the barns. In Bible times, your livestock, your animals, that was your currency. That showed you had wealth with how fruitful your fields were and how much livestock you had. Okay, that signified you had bread. You was out here getting it. But this list says, even though I don't have any of that, I will rejoice and be joyful in the Lord. Words mean things. To rejoice is to be glad, to take delight, right? To be joyful is full of joy, causing or bringing joy. And I think about this. I was like, okay, you just said you don't got nothing. Even though all of this is happening, even though life is lifing and it don't look like I got nothing prospering right now. But he says, even though all of that is happening, I will rejoice in the Lord. Yet, what does that make me think of? That makes me think of previous videos where it was like, you got to remember. When life get the lifing, you have to go back in your memory bank. You might have to close your eyes, close the door, put yourself, walk in your closet and remember all of the times, Jesus, that God has already brought you through. All of the times previously where you thought, I don't know if I'm going to make it. I don't know if I'm going to make it mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially. I don't know if ends are going to meet this month. Think about how you are here now. So if you are here now, that means you made it through whatever you was tripping on before, right? He said, even I don't got nothing. This man just listed and said, even though I don't have anything, yet I will rejoice. Yet I'm going to remember that God is sovereign. Words mean things. What does sovereign mean? That sounds real Christianese, but really it's like real kingdom-ish. The word sovereign, it's a monarch. What does that mean? A person or a thing that holds a dominant position. A person who has supreme power or authority, rank. Indisputable. It ain't no debating it. This person has all the power and the ranking. Think kingdoms, right? Greatest in degree. Now, let me just tell you what I wrote real quick. With this list that he gave, right? I wrote, it doesn't look like anything is springing up from what you worked so hard on planting. But your circumstances, nor do life, neither of those things, circumstances or life, neither of those things dictate or have the final say. Life could be lifing all it wants to, but life is not going to have the final say on your destiny and your purpose. Them vines ain't going to be empty forever. The barns ain't gonna be empty forever. You get what I'm saying? Your pockets ain't gonna be empty forever. Your heart will not be empty forever. Oh God, your heart is not gonna be broken forever. I don't know who that's for. For me. The last part of verse 19 says, he makes me as sure-footed as a deer, able to tread upon. I was like, what does that mean? Sure-footed? Is it like, what is that? It was mentioned in another time in Psalm. David said the same thing. I'm like, what is this sure-footed? What is sure-footed? Sure-footed is used to describe animals that routinely navigate difficult terrain. Routinely navigate. That means I'm going through stuff often. I'm navigating difficult terrain of life often. But he makes my feet as sure-footed, able to withstand. I can stand firm. I ain't got to trip. I ain't going to fall. Okay. Some of us be feeling like we over here with chancletas going up the montaña. Huh? Going up the mountain with your mom's chancletas. That's what it feel like with life sometimes. But this says he makes my feet as sure-footed as a deer. I'm not going to slip and fall. I'm not going to die. You're going to be all right. More of a story. Remember all the stuff you already been brought through and just know inside, say it until you believe it, that you're going to be right. That's it. Go about your business. Si nadie te ha dicho hoy, esta día que te estoy hablando a ti mismo. If nobody has told you today, I want to tell you. I love you. And I love me too. Because listen, life be life. And but get what? We are going to prosper regardless. Catch you on the flip side. Bye.